These are the plaintiffs Ramon Chowdhury and his son Kartik Saini. Ramon says the defendant's son stole his son's scooter from a parking lot of a store. The defendants are now claiming they had nothing to do with the theft, but everyone knows that's not true, even the cops. They're suing for $1,000, the amount of the scooter and accessories. These are the defendants, Michelle Saunders and her son, Tejan. Michelle says everyone is accusing her son of stealing a scooter, but he had nothing to do with it. Her son wasn't arrested because the cops couldn't find the scooter in his possession, and they owe the plaintiffs zip all. They're accused of scooting the issue.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant stole her son's scooter, but the defendant says her son is clean. It's the case of he scooted with my scooter.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Ramon Chowdhury.
Yes.
And Kartik Saini. Kartik. Okay. You are suing Michelle and Tejan Saunders. Okay, you're the mom?
Yes.
All right. For $1,000 for stolen property, because according to you, he stole your scooter, your helmet, and caused you to pay some monies in changing locks because your scooter keys were involved. Tell me what's going on.
Well, Your Honor, on June 8th, me and my friend went to the pawn shop, and I decided to stand outside. And when I was standing outside, the defendant was with a girl named Jennifer.
Is she in the car?
Yes.
Is he in the car?
Yes.
Okay, and you have driven to the pawn shop in your scooter?
Yes.
What kind of scooter?
It was a Tao. It was a 49cc.
Did you have any pictures of it?
No.
Okay, so go on.
Well, when I was talking to her, the defendant, he hopped on my scooter and drove off.
And took off.
Took off.
Just stole your scooter right in front of you with some, and he had been sitting in a car with somebody who can identify him.
Yeah, and she gave me false information about him.
What false information she give you?
She gave me the last name, Wilson.
Was Wilson ever one of his names for some reason?
No.
Go on.
Okay.
Do you know Jennifer?
Yes.
Who's Jennifer?
His friend.
Girlfriend or friend?
Friend.
So at that point, I felt my attention was taken away from the scooter for a reason.
Yeah, you got had.
Yeah.
So then what happens? You call the police.
Called the police.
And then what?
The police, they couldn't really do much.
Why can't they do much? Because you didn't know who the guy was.
Yeah, until
how do you find out who the guy was then?
Because I knew his older sister, Erica Saunders.
Okay.
And I go and tell the cops. And by that time, the defendant was already in jail.
And then why wasn't there an arrest?
Because he was already in jail.
So what? Then he can be in jail on two things. Why didn't the police follow through? What did they say to you? Go ahead, Dad.
Your Honor, the detective says we cannot do anything anywhere because he's a juvenile.
What does that have to do with it? Obviously, things can be done to a juvenile. They're just done in juvenile court. You still charge him with a crime, and then a judge decides a punishment. There's juvenile hall. There's okay. All right.
Exactly.
Just stop. What's going on?
Your Honor, the day he said, I think he said June 8th, we was with my friend Jenny. He had came to the plaza we was in, talking about he's selling a scooter. I'm like, how much you selling it for? He like, I just like, I want like 1,000, I'll take 8. I'm like, word? I'll probably get like 657. He like, you know how to ride? I'm like, yeah. He gave me his helmet and the keys. It was like, yo, where you going? I said, I'm gonna go down to the gas station, come right back up the street. I gets on, I'm gone for like 10 minutes.
And then
I came back to the plaza, he was gone. I don't know him.
Yeah, you know how people are constantly just leaving the plaza after 10 minutes? I guess my scooter's not coming back. I'm just gonna invest, 10 minutes, not a second more than 10 minutes. Mom, are you listening to him? Mm-hmm. You know this is a load of garbage, right?
So, are parents largely responsible when a kid becomes a criminal? You got a kid here, so I'm gonna ask you.
Yes, they're completely responsible because from a young age, you have to mold them into the kind of adult that they should be.
What do you think? Are parents responsible if kid becomes criminal?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Just because, they, teach them what they do and stuff.
Fair enough. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree, because, your parent has to teach you how to be, proper values and all that. And if they don't teach you that, you become a criminal.
Interesting. Okay, very interesting. Going inside the courtroom.
He has 2 scooters, so he wasn't stealing nobody's scooter.
How'd he get the other 2?
I bought them.
In his statement, what he says is, I buy and sell scooters. That might be a reason to take a scooter so you can sell it. I don't know.
Yeah, but like he said, he came back 10 minutes later. He was going
What was he in for now?
fighting, not stealing. He never got arrested for nothing out stealing.
So you come back in 10 minutes and the owner of a scooter has forfeited the scooter because he couldn't wait 10 minutes for his scooter. How'd you get home?
My house is directly across the street.
Okay, so he walks home rather than wait for his scooter. And then what? Where's the scooter?
Obviously, it's gone now.
No, it's not obvious to me because I don't live in this fairy tale land. So I don't know what you're going to say next. Where did the scooter go?
I'm not sure.
Well, was it on the same day, a week later?
It was the next day. I still got his
Let's
key.
put ourselves, just a second, we're going to put ourselves in your clown shoes and we're going to come back to the plaza after 10 minutes. And when we come back, the guy who owns the scooter couldn't wait until minute 11. You then find yourself with a scooter and keys and a helmet. And of course you call the police to say, listen, there's a problem. This guy might report his scooter stolen, but actually he's just an impatient fellow. So you did that, right? No. And then according to you, the next day the scooter's gone. Probably was. He probably sold it between those 2 days.
I was in jail. How I steal it?
Oh, you went to jail.
I just told you.
All right. And then you went to jail what, on day 2 or the day that you took the scooter?
Day 2.
Day 2. Show me the receipts for the scooter. Where was your helmet? On the scooter handlebars?
Yeah, it was attached.
Show me the receipts for the helmet. The $60 for 3 deadbolt locks. What is that?
It's the house locks. because
Once
he
you
had
had to
the
change
house
everything
keys.
once your
Yes.
keys were missing. All right, let me tell you what's going to happen, my friends. I'm issuing a judgment in your favor in the exact amount of your losses, which are $999. Because I find that the story he's giving me is completely and totally preposterous. That judgment is against Tejan, not against his mother, because he's a grown thief on his own account, and she cannot be held legally responsible for what he does when he's thieving on his own.
I understand.
So that's dismissed against her. $999 against Tejan, verdict for the plaintiffs.
Scooter's at the police department.
Where were you when your son shows up with another scooter?
His scooter's at the police department.
Not according to the police.
So the decision goes against Tejan, not the mom. Come on out here, Tejan. What's your reaction to this situation that you're in now?
Bunch of stuff running through my mind, man. It's crazy how people switch a story up. Mm-hmm. But my ass, I just keep it the same.
Okay.
I don't even know him.
Okay. Well, when you got home with the scooter that day, did you think maybe why didn't you call the cops and say, hey, this scooter is here, or try to call Jennifer? You could have tried to call her, and she could have tried to get in contact with him because she knew who he was, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You could have done that. How come you didn't call her? Didn't think of it?
Nah.
At the time? All right. Okay.
All right, guys, right this way, please.
Right around this way.
Ladies, sir.
Okay, so step on in here. What's your feeling?
Well, I feel like it was a good judgment and it was fair.
He says you let him take it for a ride. No?
No.
You let him take it for a ride.
I was 20 to 30 feet away from the scooter while I had my back turned.
Are you going to go to the police department and follow up?
Yes, I am.
What are you going to ask for there?
I'm going to ask for my scooter if it's there.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt. So, in this case, the plaintiffs didn't file a police report, but the police actually did follow up on the initial complaint. They did an investigation, which is often done, and ultimately, they couldn't figure it out. They didn't want to waste any more resources, so they informed the plaintiffs that the scooter simply could not be found.